This week's story is all about ferrets. No, seriously, it really is.
So, what do you do when you have to go away? Who looks after all of this?
I sort of remember that years ago. No, we don't go away. Simple as that.
We should really start this story by saying if you want to know anything about ferrets, and we mean anything, then Sue O'Keefe is your go-to lady. Sue and her partner Mick run 5-star ferret boarding located at the bottom of beautiful Lake Macquarie near Newcastle in New South Wales. Introducing the ferret, with the fancy scientific name of
Mustelodipatorius furo. Yep.
which means
Smelly thief is
Smelly thief.
is what it translates to.
Yeah, smelly thief.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
do they steal?
Oh, wow. Anything yellow. Started off with the grandchildren's yellow ducks from the bar. Yellow pencils.
They get in the bath with the kids?
Of course. George was so gentle. He was a rescue. He was actually our very, very first rescue.
And while Sue and Mick find everything about this amazing creature adorable,
And,
They are cute.
They are cute.
They
They're very
are.
hairy. You shouldn't have worn a black t-shirt.
oh no, they're molting. No, but unfortunately, they do nip in play. And
I discovered that.
yes, and some people, well, they're not told that that's what they do.
Ow!
That's a love
Just
bite.
It's a love bite.
But he's
Well, there's no
clean.
marks.
No.
There's no marks.
not everyone shares their patience with a wriggly, sharp-toothed critter that's more like a potently supercharged baby tiger than your average dog or cat, which explains why Sue started to rescue and then rehome rehabilitated unwanted
Daisy's
ferrets.
gone to sleep.
And who makes all the nice little bedding?
Mick makes the stands. I make the beddings, but the houses Mick makes. And the pens, for the simple reason we found when we first got into it. Hello, darling. Most of our rescues spent their entire life in a cage. They have never dug
Played.
or done, what ferrets do. So when we redesigned the cages that were here, we thought no. So we've got heavy-duty wire underneath and river sand, and that way they can go upstairs to sleep and eat. And they get down there, they dig and they play, and they actually be a ferret.
All the ferrets, rescues and boarders also get time out of their cages every day to run riot, either in the house, the Fort Knox-like play area, or the penthouse. It's 5-star fun and gourmet ferret food, even though that's a little tricky for Sue.
Well, dogs are omnivores,
Yep.
so they can have vegetables.
Yep.
These are strict carnivores.
Okay.
It is raw meat, a high protein kitten biscuit
Yep.
for them to graze on, because they need to eat every 3 to 4 hours.
Okay. Now, as a vegan, does it bother you that you give an animal meat? It's a question you probably get asked all the time.
I do. If I have to sort of get a slab of steak and cut it up, then I get a bit queasy.
Okay.
But
That's what Mick's for.
exactly right. He does all that. But I have to understand this is what they eat.
Yeah,
and
of course,
unfortunately,
of
if I could
course.
change it, I would. But hello, darling. But unfortunately, these are carnivores. They're raw meat, raw egg is good for them.
Excellent. Now, we started this story with a scary medieval soldier jumping out from behind a tree, waving a sword, and you might be wondering, what on earth has this got to do with ferrets? Both Sue and Mick enjoy relaxing by recreating medieval times with a group of like-minded friends, but she still manages to include her ferrets, even if only on her tunic.
Having 5-star ferrets, and ferrets being my passion, my fighting symbol is the Celtic ferret.
Wow, so that's the head and it winds around.
Winds around, yes.
Fantastic.
It's great.
And naturally, there's yet another link between Sue's ferret
Ferrets are
fascination
very popular.
and her passion for all things
They
medieval.
were used mainly by very wealthy people, as it always has been, for ratting, to keep the rats out of the grain.
I could borrow one or two because we've
think
got
we could-
chickens.
I think we could
and
use one.
I think we might have some rats
Yeah, well, we haven't had any mice here since.
since you've had ferrets.
Yeah. When we
Excellent.
used to have, before we had too many, when we only had a few ferrets and one small cage there. And I had Charlotte, who was a rescue chook. She used to wander around. She was beautiful.
Charlotte.
Yes.
Great name.
She used to lay me a guilt-free egg every day. But yeah, her seed bought in in the mice. And but then the more ferrets we got, they just seemed to move elsewhere. So that was
I
good.
gather it's the special scent of a ferret. How would you describe the scent of a ferret?
Undesexed ferret. We have Squirt over there who is not desexed, and yeah, it's bad. It coats your tongue like an oil, and it's like
I don't find
it's a strong musky.
Yeah, I was going to say it's musky.
Really strong,
musky.
yeah.
I don't find it totally unpleasant, but I could see how it could literally get on you.
Same as Mick. Mick doesn't think it's
Yeah.
unpleasant either. He quite likes it.
I wouldn't like it all the
It's
time, but
obviously boy smell.
I don't. No, it smells like girl. It smells like girl.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying it stinks and you don't like it, and you're saying it smells like a girl and
Good thing I
you
don't wear
like it.
perfume, hey?
Here we go.
Oh, you're gorgeous,
They're
aren't
pretty
you?
gorgeous. They're pretty gorgeous.
Well,
Let's go. We'll go around. We'll have a look at some of the residents here. Now,
Yeah.
these are all yours that you're rescuing, or some of these are borders.
No borders here at the moment.
Okay, so these are all yours, as in rescues.
Rescues, yes, yeah.
Polly, what was the wrong food that they were giving?
Okay, you'll love this. For breakfast, they had wheat bix, sugar and cow's milk. For dinner, instant mashed potato with gravy and beef and rice baby food. Their snacks were honey smacks. Honey flavoured, those little breakfast cereal things. So it took a good month to get them. I didn't even bother weaning them off it. I just took them straight off it and straight on to meat. Now they love their meat, so they only get their meat in bickies. Hello, Mitties. I'll walk around you, darling. How's that?
He's used to it.
Right, in here we have 4 very, very old ferrets surrendered to us a few months ago now. Again, you know, teenager grows up, discovers another life out there, and no time. So they're all around between 7 and 8 year old. One has cataracts, one has a reoccurring ear infection, and the other one has a head that tilts to one side and lolls along. So I've nicknamed her Lolly. But those 3 will need to see a specialist after we get our other fella done with a specialist treatment.
This is not a cheap exercise, rescuing ferrets.
God, no.
How do you manage?
Work.
So it's self-funded.
All self-funded, yes. We are very, very lucky. We do have a sponsor in Pet Quarters at Newcastle. They've done so much for us in the 2 years that we've known them. Some of their staff have ferrets, which they take to work. So when people come in and ask about them, if they consider that they're going to be serious and not, you know, just a young kid, they refer them on here. And we have actually met some beautiful people and rehomed so many ferrets.
Wonderful.
So that is terrific. But I guess when we got into it, it was never about the money. It's sometimes you think, oh God, I've got to spend this. And then you look at them and you think, well, why wouldn't you? You know, rescue does mean rescuing.
And to fund it, though, you have to go out and work doing what?
I own a pet sitting business and domestic cleaning business.
Cleaning. So you literally clean to save ferrets.
Yeah, 24/7. Clean my own home, clean their cages. Although my husband does the cages most of the time, but yeah. But it's what we do. I mean, what else can you do? They need expert veterinary care. You can't just, a lot of vets won't even desex a ferret. So, you know, it's one thing you must look at before getting one. Check your area, see what vets are available and how good they are.
With ferrets.
Very important, yeah.
So what do you do when you have to go away? Who looks after all of this?
Go away. I sort of remember that years ago. No, we don't go away. Simple as that. No. But then I look at it, it's our decision. We made the choice to get into this. At that time, I will admit, we had no idea we would get this big. No idea that there were so many ferrets out there.
So, no holidays, no days off, cleaning night and day. You could be forgiven for thinking, just maybe, Sue might be thinking about calling it quits.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love what I do. Hey, I do.
And just in case you missed what Sue said
Yeah.
because of one of our dogs barking in the
I
background,
honestly wouldn't-
here it is again.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love what I do. Okay. That's it.
If you'd like to know more about Sue's ferret rescue work, or if you'd like to help in some way, just go to 5starferrets.com. Who knows, your perfect forever pet might be waiting. But we want you to stay tuned because we'll have more from Sue O'Keefe at 5 Star Ferrets Accommodation soon about what you can expect as a mum or dad to a ferret.